everybody! Welcome to a special evening of Role Seekers. So we are just here to answer some questions. We've already started on TikTok, so we are doing this special world building, talking about story, just anything we want to talk about. If you have any questions, you can ask us. But we're promoting the Curse of the Dreg'Damor Kickstarter. It is fully funded right now as a Kickstarter campaign, and it goes until next Friday. We would love, love, love for you to back. We actually just crushed our second stretch goal.
Yay!
So that's very exciting.
What do we get?
So this one, you get 2 alternative endings to the story. So there's 2 bad endings for your players to find themselves in some traps or some pitfalls. And then the next one is going to be the song that we sing at the very end of each episode. We'll give that as an MP3, and we'll do a little bit of remastering on it. And then finally, not finally, but the next big stretch goal after that, which I'm really excited about, that's more artwork by the amazing Tegan Goki. So fingers crossed, that's one we really want to surpass. That's at 4,500. So we are doing really great. For the Twitch people, I'm gonna go ahead and show the video, and then we're going to be back, and we're going to be answering any questions you have, and we'll keep it going on TikTok as well. So here is the video.
Adventurers to the world of Nabell and the curse of the Dreg'Damor.
When do I
totally got caught up in it. Welcome to the Kickstarter. My name is Dustin Ritchie, and I am the creator of Role Seekers and the Legend of Nabell. We are an actual play, role-playing, live stream, and podcast on Twitch and TikTok, and for the past year, I've been working with Martin Bunicki of Gaming Honors to develop a brand new 5e compatible module for Dungeons & Dragons. This is the Curse of the Dreg'Damor. But what is Role Seekers, and what is the Curse of the Dreg'Damor? Well, as we like to say on our show, we're local gamers just like you who roleplay for your enjoyment. And that's the truth of it. Everything you see on Role Seekers is improvised, except for the lore. That I've been writing since I was in 5th grade, and I'm really excited to be able to share just a small slice of it with you in this new module. Here, you're going to explore the continent of Tyve, a land where darkness is born from light, and it's starving for you. You will follow Dyre Nahk'Vosh, an aging barbarian, on his journey to the Ebon Keep. Here, he hopes to stop a curse before it envelops his people. But is that the truth? Or is there something more sinister happening behind the scenes? That you'll have to discover for yourself. What I can tell you is that this is an epic adventure. Through playtesting over the last year, we have basically turned a level 14-15 adventure into a level 4 module. You're going to go on a crazy ride. I've been very honored to work with artists and writers like Martin Bunicki and Tegan Goki to breathe life into this narrative adventure, which will transform your tabletop into an epic story battleground. You're going to do everything from puzzles and riddles to original songs to encounters that you can solve through wit, not just with the sword. So, without further ado, it's time to like, follow, and share. Pledge if you can, because the curse is calling you.
With the Twilight Cleric.
That was a Halloween game.
Welcome back, everybody. So we are on, we're just here tonight to talk about the Kickstarter and other things. If you have any questions, or you can find the link to the Kickstarter in our bio or roleseekers.com or Linktree if you're watching on TikTok. But we're just going to answer questions. We've been getting a lot of questions from TikTok, and we're also getting some questions from Twitch. So please ask us anything you'd like to know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can even get it up.
What's your favorite class to play? If you have to pick one.
Probably a cleric, just because I like the versatility of them. Like you can have them. Like my guy can wear heavy armor if he wanted to. Like he can get right up in the fray, and that wouldn't be an issue. But I do gotta say, monks are now my second favorite class. Torque's so much fun.
I know.
It's so stupid.
I'm basic. I like paladins. Just yelling smite.
Smite. I like paladins too. Sorcerers are still my favorite.
I'm gonna say I think cleric is my favorite, followed probably by sorcerer.
I love the charisma based characters. They're just.
See, I like those.
Like I like arts too.
I'm having a really fun time playing this constitution based character. It's like not normally a thing, right?
Right.
Like,
No.
to play a character that uses constitution for spells and stuff.
Well, and Kevin and I actually met for like coffee and started talking about that one. Like that was a while ago.
Yeah, we spent hours sitting there trying to figure out stuff. for it.
Revamping.
Well, it's really hard to come up with a constitution-based character because they can be broken because like you're using your health as your strongest attribute. So, like of course you're just gonna up that.
Exactly. The one thing that you can up like that is both for health and for your magic.
Yeah, but I think you could argue the same thing about like yeah, health is good, but then at the same time you have every stat gives you other like benefits.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Besides
yeah.
just like spell casting too. Like
I'm just saying it's really easy to min max it.
Oh, somebody said their favorite prestige class is Shadow Dancer. Is that from 3.5?
Shadow Dance.
Because prestige classes I thought were 3.5. John Dillinger Al Capone.
yeah, I like wisdom based classes. I think I like playing a character with a strong will save.
Yeah, I used to when I was a meta gamer, I would always take Iron Will as a feat.
Is that from 3.5?
Yeah, you up your will. So
Yeah, I just like it's fun to have a strong willed character. Like I've never been as into having like the like strength based characters, but I will say our last campaign like I played all strength, like physical strength, and that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love barbarian.
I think fighters are super fun.
I've been thinking about maybe making a fighter as like a backup character or something.
I will say I know like they're super good, I get it, but I'm not having them as much fun with the battle master. I just like the champion. I like that you go in and you hit really hard and that's all you do.
You hit really
But,
hard
like-
and really fast.
But like
Yeah,
I just don't
like-
think that you're like that Aaronin would be a champion.
No, he's definitely what he
Aaronin.
is.
Yeah.
He's definitely what he is. He probably should be a swashbuckler, honestly, is what he should
That'd be
Rogue,
cool.
yeah.
That would fit him too. Like
Is that a fighter?
No, it's a rogue.
Yeah.
But, like,
Samurai.
but and he has the rapier for a swashbuckler, but he's a fighter that uses dex. He's terrible. He's so
I feel like
sub-optimized.
he's made so many good kills.
yes,
Final
he's-
kills.
He's made many more kills than Whisper has. Whisper got his first one like 2 games ago.
Poor Whisper.
He's the one who ends up getting caught in traps and dying as we try to rescue him.
Not being able to unlock.
He has gotten caught in a lot of stuff.
Right?
Got caught on the slab.
Yeah, the slab that he
And the
took.
bug.
Bug. Sitting there dying from that as we try to save him.
Can't pick doors.
Yeah, you still want him to have fun, but oof.
Keeps giving his stuff away too.
He used his first epic feat horribly. I mean, like, it didn't work for him. His epic feat was awesome, but then he stabbed. That cracked me
Yeah.
up.
That whole last
me
episode
up.
was hilarious.
That was good. I am so glad that the first time I used my my channel divinity in that way, it actually worked. Because usually
I feel
when
like
do
you
stuff
don't
like that,
get to
it doesn't.
use channel divinity enough.
Yeah.
Like,
Not that one. Like I used my Twilight Sanctuary. Wait,
yeah, but the turn undead, I guess, is what it is.
Yeah, the is that what? Yeah, turn undead.
They had to
yeah,
fight
I've
4
never-
elemental genies.
Ugh.
Yeah, you know, we're only level 5, so we're not fighting like too crazy of stuff yet.
I mean,
Just
the rock
wait.
is crazy.
Yeah, but
If
like
you decide to fight it.
we haven't fought that much like crazy stuff before. Then.
Right.
Yeah, so shout out to Reliquary Gaming. They're actually the ones that put us over the edge.
Oh,
So,
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Aw,
I reached out to them today, and because they had showed interest, and I just followed up with them, and so they were the ones that pushed us over our next goal.
that's awesome.
That's really cool.
See, your friendly local gaming store comes through again.
Does anyone read R.A. Salvador? I have some of the books. I've not
Yeah,
read them yet.
I know enough. Like I played Kingdoms of Amalur. That's written by R.A. Salvatore.
I read Drizzt years and years ago.
That's probably the one.
I also played Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2, and you get to play Driz Orduin. I can't pronounce his name.
Yeah, Drizzt Do'Urden.
Duorden. So, I want to play music because it's
Quiet.
yeah the awkwardness of the silence.
I like that.
That's the song you'll get. So, Yeah, the guy, somebody, MB2875 says, awesome series. So I've heard it's awesome. I've heard it's great.
We have
It's
it.
so many books.
We have it all in one big book.
No, you have like
The first few,
like,
3.
Yeah,
You know what else is a lot of books? Berserk.
Berserk.
It's so good.
I started listening to a lot of the
Oh, that's why.
books. I finally got Libby and my library stuff up and going again, and I've been reading.
Oh, we
listening
want to
a
take
lot
you
of
in to
books.
get a library card.
I haven't been to a library
Do it
in
now
years.
before they're all shut. Sorry.
The last time I went to a library was with my friend and we just played Magic.
Yeah.
30 books. Yeah, that sounds right. I'll get right on that. When we finish Deep Space Nine.
We could just get into the Wheel of Time. That's like even more.
Have you read it?
I'm trying to. It's got
Like, you got like very like
it hurts. Yeah.
emotional.
I've got
bad?
it's amazing, but it's so complex
And long.
There are hundreds of characters throughout the entire
Like
series.
more characters than our game.
Yeah,
Are you?
yeah, I'm serious. It's
That's a lot of characters.
Dustin, I think that's a challenge.
No, it's fine.
We don't try to make
don't-
characters.
I was.
They just
I looked at doing the Wheel of Time, but like, it's not finished. It'll never be finished. He's
no,
got, like,
it's fit. Robert Jordan, the other
Must not be a wheel.
no, that other fantasy author that
Oh, George R. R.
I
Martin.
follow him on fucking YouTube. So another big name author came in, and along with the help of Robert Jordan's wife, they completed the series.
I thought it wasn't done. I
No,
thought
it
they
is.
were
They
just
they no,
working
they
on
finished
it.
it. They finished it a couple of years ago,
Oh,
but
okay.
it is it is done now.
Tolkien.
So they found the
Brandon Sanderson.
the one.
Yes, thank you, Brandon Sanderson. Jesus Christ.
So they,
Thank
they
you,
did the,
Elisa.
They worked off of
They
his
found the
notes
one
and-
beneath the earth or something like that.
Yeah,
He,
I don't remember what it is.
Because I looked it up on Wikipedia like a couple
This guy
months
says
ago. I
that
thought it wasn't
the
finished.
Dresden Files is a good series as well, and then he said Terry books.
Dresden, Terry Brooks, yeah. Dresden is one of I like those as well. I've read the first couple.
It is done. Yeah.
I had to
okay.
fall. I had to fall out of it.
Brandon Sanderson.
They ever
Brandon
finished-
Sanderson's so crazy.
Have they ever
popular
finished
right
Saga?
now. Have you read any of his stuff?
Oh yeah, he's one of my favorites.
Okay, we got 2 votes for.
Let me pull
Dresden
up my
Files.
Libby account.
I tried to read Dune. Couldn't get into it.
Is it
That's
a
because
hard
Dune
read?
is really hard to read.
All of the Mistborn books I read. That's what got me into him was the Mistborn series. If you don't know, it's the Mistborn series is kind of a pseudo magic land where there are certain people who can use this form of magic by literally ingesting different kinds of metals and burning those metals to give them like they can have the powers of like pushing objects or like jumping super high or like time, like it's a lot of weird stuff, but it's a really cool magic system.
We are just hanging out today. We're answering any questions you have about Dungeons and Dragons, our Kickstarter that's live right now, or any questions you want to ask, like about books or whatever.
I'll
We're
talk
just
magic.
Here to talk. Eli will answer about magic. Kevin will answer about any personal questions.
Dustin, I ordered
A
the
little
cards.
too much, probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Terry
I'm gonna order them on
Goodkind is a
Friday.
good series as well.
That's usually when they drop them.
Mistborn.
Oh
Not all.
no, I ordered cards just for Edric, the ones that I said I was gonna get.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
That deck's gonna get mean.
He got like poison cards for.
Just one.
It's
We all love Kevin.
Which one?
the caterpillar. I do.
Oh, he also wrote Steelheart. It's like
That sounds familiar.
it's superheroes and like
I have a harder time getting into superhero stuff.
it's kind of like
very tailored.
it's a little anti-hero.
You know,
kind
it's
of
a little
thing.
Taylor because Taylor likes to make D&D into superhero stuff, so I think it gives me like this.
I can get
Like,
that.
you know,
I
I'm
get
a
it.
little biased against some of the superhero stuff.
Elantris he did. Frugal Wizard's Handbook.
What version did you guys start playing D&D with, and what is your favorite? I'll let Dustin start with that.
Can you repeat it?
What version of D&D did you start playing, and what's your favorite?
Oh, I started playing 3.5, and so it's hard to the other part of that question is that I wish that 3.5 was more balanced. So the fighters after about level 8 are done. Like the spellcasters get so powerful that you can't compete anymore.
I feel like 5e balanced.
But 3.5 was my favorite.
yeah.
I loved some of the number crunching because I understood it, and I felt like 3.5, even though it wasn't as accessible as 5e, I felt like the DM could create a lot more drama in 3.5. In 5e, basically you have to create creatures that are at least 3 to 4 CR levels higher than your party in order to enact any kind of urgency.
Maybe
I don't
we're
like
just
that.
really good players.
What about 4th edition?
Like, basically, it's
we don't talk
impossible
about
to
that.
kill PCs, and the way that 5e is set up, this is my opinion, is that you're supposed to do like between 4 and 7 small encounters before you let the group do a full rest.
Yeah.
But that's not easy to do in a full campaign setting.
No,
when you're
because,
traveling
days
vast
happen,
distances.
Yeah. Because I know we've talked before about, I would guess, I would say I first started playing 3.5 too. I just didn't play it for very long. And I did like how the skill points are.
Yeah.
Like, that was fun. But I will say, like, I think we've talked about it, like, the advantage and disadvantage of, like, the +2s and +4s instead of rolling 2 dice. We do feel like 5e kind of takes away that, like, excitement of, like, your nat 20s and stuff with the advantage disadvantage system.
Yeah. As a player, I do like it, because, like...
But it's easier.
Yeah, I did feel like when I was a player, though, like... Because I actually wanted to get rid of the advantage system, but then I started playing again, and I was like, okay, it is fun. Like, when you can just be like, yes, I did it.
Yeah.
But you just have to, like...
It's not fun like last night when you're at disadvantage and rolling at
They're rolling at 20.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like 5e. We haven't like dove too deep into the newest player's handbook, but from reading some of it and creating a few characters, I do like some of the things that they've done. Like, there's been some interesting things, so it'll be interesting to keep
I need
playing
to keep reading it, too.
and like just like playing.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, we need to do some test games or something, because I'm still not opposed to the idea of Pathfinder. Like, I love their stuff. I always have, especially Starfinder.
I like Pathfinder, but it feels so like less roleplay focused. That
Yeah,
I struggle
it
with
has
that.
it has a lot of in my opinion, just from what I'm getting from it, it feels a lot more of 3.5 than
Just
than
feels
5e.
like so like combat focused.
Yeah, it's a lot of like you mentioned, like the number crunching. One thing that
And
really
you can break characters.
yeah,
with
I can.
Pathfinder.
One of the things I love with it, and just because I've got a group of friends who this is the kind of thing we play. We just play for, like, I don't play 40K, but it's that kind of style where it's just about the numbers and the logistics and like how you're moving and where you're going. There's like
And I love
very
that,
little
too.
role play. Yeah, exactly. And
But-
I'm I think Pathfinder isn't like as deep in the woods as that. Like, there's still a lot of roleplay stuff with it. Like, they've got a lot of one thing I particularly love is all of their weapons, like their weapon system. How every single weapon you get, you can optimize and you can alter and you can add different magical items to give it different stats and things like that.
So I feel like what we do. One question: has anyone ever played Avatar tabletop? I don't think so.
I bought it, and I have it still in the pack.
So
I
Kevin
kickstarted
buys a
it.
lot of games and we
Yeah,
play them.
that's yeah.
But I think what we, like the DM's guide says, hey, like at the end of the day, whatever the DM says goes, right? Like rules or not. And we incorporate a lot of homebrew stuff into our games. So I think once you really get to know D&D, you just kind of make things.
You
How you
end up
want
making
'em.
your own game.
Yeah, you can make it how you want it. Like we make, my character is a homebrew class, and every time I've gotten new spells, like I've picked up a few spells, but I've also have written spells, and we just make sure they're balanced, and it's been fun to just kind of do stuff, make our own stuff
Yeah,
that fits the world.
I think for me, what like, and I'm not, there's people that have been playing since, the 80s? It's like...
Probably Martin.
Yeah, Martin. But the truth is like, so they have it even worse, but I have a hard time now, like, as I'm getting older, and I've gone through now three and a half versions, the rules start to blend. Like,
Yeah.
I'm having a hard
But we
time
don't talk about
remembering.
4th edition.
No, but, like, I still played it.
I know you have all the books.
So, like, I think for me, like, I haven't found the one that, like, does it the best. I think 5e is the most story driven, so I like that. But 5e's combat is not as fun as 3.5 in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think that, and I just think that we kind of edit things as we go.
Yeah, but like, I think from my perspective, like, I haven't found the one where I'm like, I want to play this. Because it's hard, because like, you want to, especially for role seekers, you want to relate to different audiences, and they're playing the newest version. So if you go back to 3.5, which is the one I like, they don't relate to it as much.
Yeah.
So
this is a really good question. Has anyone played as an underpowered human or other class, someone that would generally be normal? So in our main campaign, no, but when we've gone to conventions, we do these really fun, like, one-off games, and Dustin will say, he kind of takes, like, the idea of, like, Dungeon Crawl Classics, and he's like, make 4 level 0 characters, essentially. Like, they're not heroes.
yeah, you roll a d4.
And you roll a d4 for your hit points.
hit points.
And then we'll play, like a 3-hour session, and, like, we'll play with one group of characters at a time. So actually, our last game that we played on this bridge, if you go back to, what was it, Region Con? I don't know. It was a convention.
No.
It was Region Con.
It was.
It was our last one that we did.
Yeah. So if you go back to, like, the last convention we played live at, we played a group of characters on this bridge that were level 0, and they all die. Most of those characters.
You don't know
died.
what happened to a couple of them, but it was
I
assumed
think
that they all died.
2 of them we don't know what happened.
They, like,
the
ran
rest
down
of them, the rest of them got killed
So-
by the mummy thing.
so
by
it's-
the dredge.
So it's really fun. I love those games for one because, like, our characters hadn't been here, but as players we know lore about Tyve, and we get to play these, like, weak characters and see things that are happening in the world that we're playing in from, like, a different perspective, and that's been really cool.
I mean, like, we still have the characters that were in the plague area. Don't know what happened to them.
That
and then
area.
also the people that escaped the prison from the iron chain.
Correct.
That was cool too.
I want to know what happened with them, because that ended off with, like, them watching a ceremony of someone getting ripped apart in front of the Dios Ostium.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, as players,
I think
we're all experienced
Keep sticking
players. Like, we're
around.
really good at, like, not, like, our characters know what our characters know, so those games are super fun. Has anyone read Dungeon Crawler, Carl, from a perspective of someone who's normal?
No, I'm not. But I have. We've played Dungeon Crawl Classic, and I will say, like, for me, if I'm gonna play it, like, this is just me, but, like, I stopped enjoying one-offs. Like, I just don't enjoy them. But when I play Dungeon Crawl Classic, I like the one-offs.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm gonna play a one-off, I'd want to play Dungeon Crawl Classic. We have multiple characters, and you're basically going through a meat grinder, and I'm like, yes. I'm
Yeah,
all
that's
for it.
why I love these little games that we've done. Has anyone ever played a truly evil campaign?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hear about yours, Dust.
Go ahead, Eli.
I think I know what yours is. I played a game with my... So it wasn't supposed to be an evil game. It's just... It was me, 2 of my friends, and one of my friend's sister, who was our DM. And my friends had never played D&D before. And I was just sitting there, it's like, we can... And I was 100% influencing them in, like, the worst ways possible. It was like, we can do anything we want.
Yeah.
And it kind of just turned into me looking at my friends like, you should kill that person and harvest their ears. And them just listening to me. I was like, this is great. Me looking at the DM and just like, I have all the power here now. I don't know what went wrong.
I would never ever suggest anyone play an evil character at their first time playing D&D. But you guys were experienced D&D players, and you
Ish.
actually played, like,
I
an
played
evil
an evil character my first campaign ever, and the DM was like, "Please don't do it." And I said, "No, I want to be evil because I want to be a necromancer." But that wasn't actually an option in 3.5.
Right.
And I tried playing a sorcerer. I should have been a cleric. Clerics are the only ones that can really do it in 3.5. But anyways, I don't recommend it either. It caused a lot of problems. But in terms of an evil campaign, we actually did one where we had a DM who, God bless him, he tried to run it, and we were like we started at like level 12.
Oh,
By the end of
Jesus.
it, we were like level 18.
Yeah, I mean,
and
I
we
also
just
wouldn't
killed
suggest
everything.
level 12.
You started at a level where you can destroy cities. And
Yeah, we basically like would walk into cities. So he would spend hours prepping, and he prepped. And what he did is my favorite scene is he gave one of these characters, because he knew my cleric kept casting Finger of Death, so he gave this bard Death Ward to protect him from Finger of Death. So our rogue werewolf just literally climbed up the building that the bard was on and killed him with his hands. And then my cleric walked into the city and he built, he was really into rules, so everything was like rule centric. So he was like, a bunch of commoners lived in this town, and my cleric walked in and said, you have all sinned, and cast blasphemy, which basically is like Raiders of the Lost Ark. So like literally people were just melting in the town. Yeah, I would never run a game like that, because we were awful.
Yeah, it was like, it's hard to.
The guy's like, Jesus Christ.
Like, we don't even really let new players play anything but good.
Right.
Like, because I feel like when people try to play even neutral, like, I feel like they just sometimes get out of hand and become evil.
Not in your first game. Just play good. It's easy.
Play good.
Just play good. And then after
it's more
that, like,
satisfying and
My first character was neutral. Grilgus.
And he was who was your
Grilgus-
terrible character?
I was Beto
Smitty
Brown.
Brown.
Smitty
Smitty
Brown.
Brown.
Smitty Brown was just.
Was the worst
Garbage.
character you've ever made ever.
I'm Smitty Brown.
He died horribly.
Thank God.
Kevin.
Didn't he get eaten by the bear? Isn't that what happened?
No,
Like,
no,
did
no.
surgery on him. And
No,
they
he
took him,
he was
Didn't
like
they
sentenced to a
lobotomize him?
trial.
I was the first.
They lobotomized him.
What? One of us thinks he got lobotomized. One of us thinks he got eaten by a bear. Another one thinks he got put to trial.
He did get put to
I
trial.
got put to trial. I was the first plot point, which was Bearsuit Banky,
That's probably what I was thinking of.
and then
We've
and then,
played 3 big campaigns.
and then Zach wanted to turn the bear into his Banky's bear hat, and Jay Stone was like, no.
Yeah. That was an evil plot point.
Yeah.
Chaotic Good is always fun to play.
Robin Hood.
Torque's chaotic good.
I read a thing where it's like, I love chaotic neutral, where you're a paladin. And
I think
you follow
chaotic
very
neutral is hard to
very
play.
clear set of rules that only you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can only skip stones at
Jamie
3
said,
a.m.
Is it not Drogo?
I like Drogo. I like lawful neutral paladins from
Yeah.
from 3.5. They're called the Grey
Yeah.
Knights.
Oh, Warhammer.
And they are all war. I mean, they are all law. So literally, their entire their code of ethics is that whatever law they follow, they must adhere to it perfectly.
Has anyone played as a Strix? I don't even know what that is.
Is that Strix? Like Strixhaven?
I don't know.
As the Strix, I can look it up.
I think chaotic neutral. I think evil is the hardest to play, to be in a group.
It's-
but at chaotic neutral, like, I don't think I would have done well playing chaotic neutral when I first started playing either. Like, I think it just takes.
Yeah, evil's hard if you want to do it correctly. Because
It
a lot
is
of
hard
people just
and-
turn it into, I can kill anyone that I
But
want.
like, it is very
which you
hard to
can't.
play an evil character in a party where everyone else isn't evil.
Oh, yeah,
Because the thing is, like, if my character was evil in this group, like, you guys would just probably have killed me by now, right? Like, because.
Unless it's something you can pull off really well and
Yeah.
like do a
But,
like a
like-
double back and like everybody thinks you're good but you're actually evil. Like, in the
Yeah,
long
but like
run,
it's
and-
I think
that's
that.
great.
Yeah.
But like a new player can't do that.
Unless
Very
they have
well.
like
Yeah, true.
years of theater.
Yeah, well, so a lawful, but even if you're going to do that, you got to be lawful evil.
Oh,
like,
sweet.
lawful
Chaotic
evil are the
evil,
ones.
chaotic
Yeah.
evil is just impossible if it's like a campaign.
But like, so what do they call the
Like
saying with
lawful
lawful
evil?
evil is successful evil. That's what they call
Yeah.
it.
One nation
Successful
under me.
evil.
You gotta be a dictator if you're.
But you do it in a way that's like subtle. So for example, like if you're gonna be like in a campaign and you're playing lawful evil, it would be like, we'll help you, but you have to give us control over the army in order for us to do
you have
that.
to
And
be
then
smart
and then
about
like the king would be like, yes, absolutely, you should lead our troops, and then all of a sudden you occupy the city with the troops that
Yeah.
are given to you. Like that's when like you're like good until you're not.
Well, because you're not stupid
Yeah.
evil.
Have you ever had an incident that made you not want to play anymore or lose interest in a character? Yeah, I've had that happen quite a few
Like-
times.
Yeah, Smitty Brown.
Yeah, you made a terrible character.
Yeah, I wanted to quit.
You made everybody want to
D&D.
quit.
No, I've had that happen a few times. It's not usually the character. It's you can get through it. It's usually there's an issue at the table.
Yeah, or you kind of build
Or you
yourself
play
into a
with a
block.
slutty character.
Like you create your character into a corner, and like you have to
Well,
think of some really creative things.
So before we started streaming, like our campaign, we played 3 campaigns together as a big group, and campaign 2 started with like 14 players, and not everyone showed up, and it was kind of like, I mean, we were like bakers in a bakery. It was really chill, but like we didn't put a lot of time into
Describe it that way.
we didn't put a lot of
It's my
time.
favorite thing about the entire campaign.
We didn't put a lot of time
stupid it
into the
started.
backstories of those characters at first until we decided to stream and started like taking it seriously. And when we started streaming, like I hated Lyra. Like she was boring. She had no like reason for anything. Like it took a lot of workshopping her character to make her like, because we just weren't playing seriously. So somebody said, what's like your least favorite campaign? I've only played 3 big campaigns. I've loved all of them, but I will say the beginning of that campaign I didn't love as much because I just wasn't as in love with the character.
I played a campaign that, like, full disclosure, I actually loved. I thought the world building was amazing, but the group started to fall apart, and we were done playing. So then, like, rather than wrap the campaign up, the DM made it so that like we were all in a dream. So I hated that.
Just what was the point?
It was like we were stuck in a dream sequence that we could not get out of, and it was just like, so we just decided to make our lives in the dream because we couldn't differentiate reality anyways. But it was just like that was very
That ruined it.
Yeah.
What was? Can somebody talk about your saddest character death? Like maybe it might not be your character, but like somebody, maybe another character, or an NPC, or I was gonna lose it if you killed Trash King.
Trash King
I'm
was
gonna
sad for
lose
me,
it.
too.
Yeah.
That was sad for me too.
Oh yeah. It was,
Allie was like crying.
He's out
I think
there.
Jamie was crying. I
She
saved
was.
him.
Did save him.
But we've had a lot of character deaths.
That was a beautiful moment though. Like, you need to go. Like, you have
Yeah.
to let me do this. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, that was intense.
Death Ward.
Death Ward.
Death Ward. What other big sad character deaths do you feel like?
I thought I don't know if it was necessarily that it was sad, but I thought one of my favorite characters. It's gonna come off wrong. Lexi Mox's the stuff around his death was one of my favorites because it forced. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah.
But it forced Jamie to make that choice. That was the best.
Yeah. I
Because
like
like,
that.
and I understand it caused like hurt feelings because they thought it was a popularity contest, but it was either they go and save like 3 people or one, and it was like very intense.
I think that the end of campaign 1 had really cool deaths.
Oh yeah.
David's death.
Everyone's
Oh
sacrifice.
yeah, David's death was good.
I turned into an angel. Calvin blew up.
Well, you just like, but it wasn't like you actually turned into it. It was just like that's what they saw.
Yeah.
that was great.
Calvin blew up. I'll never forget Zach's sacrifice because he made the bone pillar
Yeah.
turn
That was-
into a mammoth and just charged.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Oh, dogs.
Dog.
Dogs. What kind of question is that?
My favorite
do not-
character
we-
Yeah,
death.
wait, we're not done with the character death.
No, we're gonna keep going. I'm answering. I was answering that quick question. And we do not drink when we play.
No, I used to, but like honestly, D&D helped me like not drink because I was like, I can't do this while I'm drinking.
Yeah, it's
Like,
way
I
too
can't
much.
do
You gotta focus. The end of campaign 2, though, I'm probably very biased in this, but the very end when Jamie and I were facing off against the Ordolian mirror at the very end.
Yeah.
You guys had
I
to make
like
the
that a lot.
sacrifice.
Oh, that
Vinar
was cool.
Lorne.
What about Tashnar?
Tash. No.
Ashmar!
I draw a
Vinar.
line. in the
But he didn't
sand.
die. You didn't see him die.
He died of old age.
He died of old age.
Him being dead is sad.
But it was so cool. Like, you got to see his, like, awesome tomb and
Yeah.
stuff. And he rebuilt the pillars of Nra and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that was.
I didn't think their stories were sad.
I
thought-
have no point of reference for that.
I think Clara's,
Tashnar.
your character's death was sad. Lyra's was probably the saddest.
Not dead.
She's not dead.
No,
I was about to
Neona.
say.
Neona's death is sad to me. Because she didn't get to be with her daughter.
Yeah, but that also was like exposition.
I know, but it's still
Yeah,
like
it is sad.
So
So Kevin, some
Xanfa.
background on
I didn't like when
Tashnar.
Xanfa
My
died.
favorite, one of my first interactions with him was him firing a cannon into a dragon, holding it, and then not reloading it and just throwing the cannon at the dragon.
What's your favorite justified character death? Whatever happened to Braun was probably really justified.
Oh yeah, you guys were in an ice cavern, right? And like
Well,
ice was falling.
so Trevor's paladin like lawful good paladin beheaded someone. He lost his oath, became an evil paladin, and then died very quickly after. And that probably feels that was probably pretty justified.
I like Chief Fabe just being warped out of existence. He's gone.
But that was like, but no, that was like, Chief Fabe
It doesn't necessarily mean he's dead, but I just love that he just got warped out because
justified character deaths.
honestly, my favorite. I think the most justified
Smitty
character
Brown.
death was when a high-powered sorcerer was casting Finger of Death into peasants, and the group shut the door, like blocking the character from being able to cast spells. And one of the players just walked up and opened the door and got hit with Finger of Death.
Yeah,
They
that
just
was-
died.
I closed the door. I had my staff like wedged into the bottom as they were trying to deal with the coffin, and I'm like, "Hurry up!"
It just opens the door. I've got this.
And then I closed the door again right away. I'm like, all right.
Favorite achievement in any campaign maybe that your character's done?
My only nat 20 with David in combat being against the mother
Yeah.
and
That was
banishing her.
cool.
That was cool.
And then for,
And then Trevor messing it up.
yeah.
Poor Trevor. Remember that one time Trevor ran during the epic end?
Trevor just ran back, like they're fighting this god, and he ran into like the back room.
To look at something.
Remember when you
And then
guys
we
had
went-
the opportunity to figure out what that was?
And then we didn't.
And you did it.
Trevor was like so. It was like
That's the best nat one I've ever seen in my whole life.
years of waiting.
I don't remember what it was, but I remember playing Neon and needing a nat 20 at like the fountain with Oblivion Stone. And it was like, I think if I didn't roll a nat 20, something terrible was going to happen.
all the magic would have released.
And I rolled a nat 20, like in the most opportune moment. That wasn't really like a choice. It was luck, but it was like dumb luck.
I've seen a couple nat 20s that have wrecked me. Like, just wrecked me. Like, game altering nat 20s.
Kevin,
Jamie's end of the fight was insane.
Yeah.
With
That
a
was
double
with the
nat
mirror.
20.
Yeah.
With the
Malix.
mirror.
yeah.
And then there was one, I had a player who like teleported in and stole this crystal out of the main villain's hands. And I said, you need a nat 20 in order to succeed. And they rolled it. And they teleported away. I was like, holy God. And then there was...
Do you have a good one?
I was so disappointed. But the battle between Torque and
The Scythe.
no, that was good. That was fun.
That was
that was a good fight, too.
No, Torque and
You guys both kept healing.
Oh, the Queen of Glass.
no,
Describe them.
not Ned.
Len?
Ron.
Len. Yeah,
Len.
yeah, with Torque and Len.
Oh, you guys ran down the hall?
Yeah, God, if I wanted that battle to play out so bad, but he got one goddamn lucky pot shot at the very beginning and knocked me down.
And then just like finger-eyed you?
Yeah, and the thing, like, it didn't take me out or anything, but I was just under a spell, so if I got attacked, I would have lost that effect.
If you rolled, like, and you did. You rolled out
Yeah,
of it.
exactly.
So,
No, I got mine though. I have a character one.
Okay, go ahead.
And it was because and it seems lame because I was playing an NPC as the DM, but the players set me up for it rather than me just do it. We were at the top of this castle, and they had this sword of like magic. And the fighters and stuff were like downed, and one of the players literally threw the blade over to the NPC and goes, "Does it?" And so Tashnar took the blade and jammed it into the stone as like rain was falling, and the entire castle like shrapneled out. I thought that was freaking
So
cool
speaking
as
of
hell.
Tashnar, this is my favorite question. Favorite side character the team made more important than they should have been. So let's talk about why Tashnar was even in Tashnar. We were like in line. We were like in like a castle, like in a room, in a waiting room, waiting for
It
something.
was a gladiator ring.
Yeah. And then there's just this obnoxious character, and he's like, I'm Tashnar. And he was never supposed to be a character. Like, he was going to be in that room. He was in that room for right then and there. And, like, he became, like, the NPC that traveled with us.
But it was the question that was the best, because you guys got brought into another room that were the chosen
And
ones.
I said,
I
is
thought it was the
Tashnar
most
there?
important. And I would argue that Trash King is most important.
just,
because he's the one who's gone around
they
the
just
entire world, keeps meeting these super high level
They just
parties.
had favorites.
Oh, favorites. Okay.
Favorites.
I thought it was like most. I'm like Trash King has changed this world.
But, like, Tashnar, yeah, I said, well, is Tashnar here?
There he is now. That was literally the response. Well, he is now.
Yeah.
Admiral Kraken. And Squidler.
Admiral Kraken was a very important character.
And Sid's. Was it Sid's?
What?
Cephas.
Yes, his brother.
No.
Oh my god, what was his name?
Septum?
Septum. Yeah, because Jake jumped out of his Septum's tower.
Yeah.
That was they were great.
They were great.
I love it when
Cardigan Joe was great.
I like it when you guys took Admiral Kraken and Septum and they finally got their memories back.
Yeah.
That was pretty
Yeah.
Learn that Admiral Kraken has a seventh ship, the Undersea Treader.
good. The Undersea Treader. There's so much dumb. It's just the best. Like those are the things you remember though, are the stupidest things.
Dustin's favorite side quest he's planned.
The best side quest I've planned?
No.
If there's any.
You can play it too if you go to Kickstarter and
Yeah. The Curse of the Dreg'Damor. Currently on Kickstarter. Back now. Septum Ring.
Our NPCs all have ridiculously dumb names.
Admiral Kraken was Kevin.
I like
Not this
nitroglycerin. Nitoglycerin.
nitroglycerin.
I mean, like,
Nitroglycerin.
the
love
names
the-
are terrible
Doctor of
for a
Love.
reason.
You gotta have fun. I think we try to balance, like, when you guys go into, like, okay, so, like, Dragda, the characters have not been super funny. But then, like, when you're just in a town, it's like, okay, let's have a little bit of levity.
Let's go through the bees. Baglin Birkin, Barry, Fred Batholomew, Binto, Birkenstock, Bitterbick Bitters, Burel, the Black Queen, the Black Worm, Blades of Nos, Blink, Bongo the Clown, Bountiful Beauties, Braxton, Brill, Bruce, Bucky,
just
Bubble,
this- that's just
Bjork,
this campaign.
Pavar.
That's
That's
just the-
this campaign, just the bees.
That's the beasts of NPCs.
Who's Barry?
They're dying at nitroglycerin.
Barry is a Gavrin guard who was with Wylan Velpa at the Arcanium after it was burned out. Died after he fell through the stairs while giving chase to the group.
Yeah, that is very important to document.
So dumb.
Somebody give us a letter if you want to hear every NPC on that letter. Oh my god. Shout out a letter on TikTok. Let us know if you want
I
to
wish
hear.
one of them was just like Bill.
No, half of them
well,
are.
Bud,
Bud. I loved Bud. Bud doesn't have a last name.
He was mine.
he was yours.
He was mine.
Bud.
Paul.
Who was
I
the,
like Silas. I don't care.
I love
Oh,
Bud.
he's
P.
Who was the
P.
Dustin, hold on real quick. Dustin, do you remember who the character was that just always yelled, I ain't heard no story before?
Oh, I don't remember his name.
Henry.
Remember his name.
P.
It was something like that. It was
We've
like
got
Henry.
Paul, Phaedrus, Phineas Moon, Piccolo, Plague Artists of Sliphus, Plague Court, Puck.
Pluck.
Puck.
Puck.
UCK. The assistant to Guile Mulberry became infected by the black mold from Malbin's tainted crops.
Who's Paul? Papa Pico.
Paul is
do
just
not
a
have-
citizen of Vilkeman.
We do not have a Sparkles.
I loved Pete.
T.
Papa Pico.
Papa Pico.
He just had a heart attack. Because you dressed up as a bear.
Papa Pico. It was an old guy and he just died of a heart attack. Papa Pico.
T, we've got Tabitha the Tangled One, Tavros, the Mark, Theodore Muggle Spit, Thoric Billdigger, Tome of Stars, and the Triune Mountains.
So yeah, we don't have this
more.
glossary for all of these old. Like our last campaign. Oh my god, the people.
Right on. I like the name is Witch Tits. And they rallied for Kickstarter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Witch Tits.
Favorite book series? Anyone who's read? And do you prefer reading or audiobooks?
I like graphic novels.
I like graphic novels.
So probably
I
not
like one
audiobooks.
graphic novel.
I like audiobooks because I drive a lot for work.
Yeah, I've gotten into audiobooks recently, like in
Just
the
'cause
past
I
couple
can
of years.
Do other
Exactly.
multitask.
I go around and I clean the house. When I'm driving, I do a lot of driving, and I listen to audiobooks. Whenever I go on my my road trips, like with my boyfriend, that's all we listen to is audiobooks.
I just listen to music.
So I'm gonna be real.
But when I'm at home, I read.
Some of my favorite books I've ever read have been like the World of Warcraft series books. Like I
The
love
War of the Ancients.
War
is
of the Ancients. Like I
amazing.
love Warcraft lore.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan. The one is my go-to is I really do like the Sandman saga. I think it's awesome. Because I like all the mythos.
Ed Sandman's good.
So, I know there's some stuff with Neil Gaiman right now, but I do like the Sandman books. They're good.
Book-wise, I love the Metro series, Metro 2033.
Did you read them?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They're great. I haven't read the last one yet. The second one I didn't like it because it doesn't follow the main character. But the first one's fantastic. But graphic novels-wise, Berserk.
Yeah.
Like, I fell into it on accident and love it.
Yeah, I do like the Sandman's Netflix series. I think it's phenomenal. I'm sad that there's only one more
Has anyone
series.
read Adrian's Undead Diaries? I have not. Dustin's dad made this gaming table.
Yeah, our Technomancer. So, and honestly, I don't think I gave a shout out last night, but he painted our rock.
Krista, just come
Which
visit.
is awesome. You can put it
see
in front of
that
that camera too. They might be able to see it.
You
Somehow
can see, well, it's like very out of focus.
You're not even in the center of the camera.
Eli, you can literally see the camera.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to look at it.
Well, that's not working.
If anyone
Let's
wants
try.
to hang out with us, come to Gen Con in Indianapolis.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
August 1st through the 4th? I feel like
Like the
won't
first
be
weekend
there.
of August, yeah.
we will be at Gen Con.
Yeah, what up, man?
I need money.
We are always
You
at
got
Gen
money.
Con.
Stop making posh.
The best 4 days of gaming.
Poor.
Yeah, but you make posh food.
I do. I will say I got a 42-cent raise.
Hey, that's awesome, man.
Money
That's
is
good
money. Yeah,
Money is money.
money is money.
Damage is damage.
Remember the fishmonger?
Indianapolis
And how much-
is
Any
where
other
Gen Con
cons
is.
you'll be at? So we do actually have. It's not a con, but we're going to be. Some of us are going to be performing at Valparaiso University on April 28th in Valparaiso, Indiana.
Gen Con's the convention we go to every year. That's
Yeah,
like
we
our
go.
convention. I would love to go up to like Gary Con. I think that'd be fun, but we haven't. It's
Gary
in
Con would be
Wisconsin.
cool. I wish ReaperCon wasn't all the way in Texas, or I'd want to go to that.
I would want to
That'd
go
be
to that
super cool.
too.
I want to go to like San Diego Comic Con.
Comic
I want to go
Con.
to like the big ones.
Yeah, let's go to that because my friend's in San Diego.
Deal.
I would go to BlizzCon.
When is it?
BlizzCon?
Yeah.
I would go to
That
BlizzCon
is-
in its prime. I don't know if I'd go now.
Right.
What
Before
when
Activision,
is
I would've
Comic Con?
gone.
Yeah.
I need to know if your dad painted Warhammer minis.
How far
because
is
he
Indy
did
from
it.
Lafayette? Not
But he used
far.
to. But his cousin
less
used to
than
get
an
White
hour.
Less
Dwarf.
than an hour,
Yeah.
not far.
It's like
Used to
45
what?
minutes.
White Dwarf. He used to get White Dwarf, the magazine for minis.
Daryl does. So Daryl not only like prints minis, but he like has
just
invested.
this.
He didn't make that one.
Oh.
He has invested in.
This one, yeah, he did.
He painted it and he printed it.
Oh, he did do that.
Yeah, and he got it from Loot. So Loot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Loot. Okay, yeah. So he has a 3D printer.
We have a small partnership with Loot, so they provided us with a catalog
files.
of their minis that we're going to be promoting on our stream. So thank you, Loot Studios.
When is Gen Con? August 1st through the 4th.
Yeah, that
Sunny.
sounds right.
And
change the
it's
music.
the
Oh my
best
God,
4
this
days in
music's been on
gaming.
forever.
Texas. Yeah, I mean, I love Reaper minis, but I would really like to go to Real Comic Con.
Yeah.
Gary Con would be cool. There's another one that I.
I would like to
hearing
go to
about.
Origins, which is in Ohio too.
Oh,
Like True Dungeon goes there.
oh yeah.
Like it's supposed to be a good one. It's smaller.
I wish True Dungeons was just a little cheaper. I would do it a lot more.
Like you would do it again because we've only done it.
That's more.
That's more.
I would like to try to
Yeah.
get.
I
tickets.
still haven't done it.
When
It is fun. It
Yeah,
is-
I've heard all about it.
it's fun because we were so good at it.
I really want to do one of Tony's escape rooms though. Like,
Yeah, we get a
He's
lot of.
amazing.
We get a lot of.
We should do that.
I think we
this
get
year.
a lot of
Plan it.
adrenaline.
He does them every year, and they're amazing.
Yeah, we need to do one.
Do you guys go to the Mission Escape here in town at all?
They want to chat.
I just had a meeting
Yeah.
with them a few.
Oh,
years
Did you?
ago.
No.
Okay, I've been there.
They're-
I've done twice.
I've been twice too.
Yeah.
No,
Have they changed them up?
yeah, they have, and they're doing some really cool things.
Are they? I haven't been like since they opened.
I have not. The two that I went one like a couple weeks ago, like a week ago, and then maybe a year ago is when I.
They're
my
actually
first
they're
one.
trying to do some Indiana Dunes ones, but that's why we had a meeting.
cool.
Which is, I think, gonna be.
What did we
that.
go to school for? Business.
Meteorology and theoretical physics, and then paramedic and firefighter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went to school for. I started off theater, and then I ended my undergrad with theater and English, but I also had a religion minor, and then I went to grad school for production and design, which is. This is
Story
how
worthy.
I do all
Yeah,
of
this-
my degrees.
This is why this is so good.
And Eli's in high school, but he
I'm in
is
high
he is
school.
going to culinary school next year.
Hello.
So that's
I'm a marketer now, but this is kind of how I get all my creativity.
so like we all work normal like boring normal day jobs. Like this is just
I
hobby.
market the Indiana Dunes.
Yeah.
I work
Yeah.
for Puma.
That. No, but no, like so it's kind of funny because I used to do theater.
He is a theater kid.
Like I was a theater kid, and
Nerd.
like I've actually been asked by a couple like community theaters, like, "Are you gonna do theater again?" I'm like, "No, this is how I do it. Like this is my like this
performance, yeah.
scratches that itch for me."
That's how I met
Yeah.
Dustin, was theater.
I wish we could do musicals though. Like that's the one thing I miss. I love musical theater. It's the best. It's
fun.
just the
it's so
best.
much fun.
Yeah, I'm not a theater person.
It's the one thing I truly miss. I love it.
I love musicals too.
Musical theater is my favorite thing. Like dancing, singing, acting, and they're always crazy, and it's so fun.
But
I don't like theaters. I've been in one. That's enough.
Out.
But playing a D&D play, Dustin. I've gone to see D&D plays.
That's Krista. She's so. I had to send her the video of you in with the ring earlier because she's super into Lord of the Rings.
Great
Oh, that's
books.
awesome.
At times you have a very unladylike
Favorite, like,
way
race
of
and-
running out.
Running race.
Oh, best theater
D&D.
production I was part of.
Oh, what Gutenberg? Sorry, but that's my favorite.
That one was great. I think the best one that I was a part of, though, like that felt like the coolest, was How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying.
Yeah, that
was
was good.
amazing. Because we actually had
The
like
scrims for that?
we had
Just
like
the entire fucking set. Like they didn't he get it from like some professional?
that was Guys and Dolls.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking of Guys and Dolls.
But for the second one, probably against copyright, he literally just stole all of the theatrical design and then had the shop build it. So we literally did the
was-
Broadway production of How to Succeed in Business
was-
Without
Right,
Really
yeah.
Trying.
It was really good.
And then he also copied all the choreography. So we literally did a Broadway production. Which I don't think you can legally do,
You
but,
can't.
But it was high school.
you still like
Yeah.
it's pretty borderline.
Kevin Murray spent so much, and I spent so much time in the tech booth. They're like, I can't do that.
No, you really can't. Like you could get like you could plead fair use, but because they were charging for tickets, it would not hold.
Well, got away with it.
It was
Yeah,
amazing.
nobody cares. About
How did we meet? So we'll go through this. Jamie and Trevor and Martin aren't here, but Dustin is and Eli are cousins, first cousins.
More.
Dustin and I are married.
Nerd.
Dustin, Jamie, who normally sits over there, is Dustin's sister. She is married to Trevor. And then Martin and Kevin are friends. So Dustin met Martin really through like work and
D&D.
gaming and
Yeah.
D&D. And then Dustin, like, we all went to the same high school.
But honestly, it was really like give props for their due. Jake Johnston. Jake Johnston was like, Kevin really wants to play, and I was like, okay, I'll reach out to Kevin.
Jake Johnson. He's the one who opened the door and got finger of death.
No,
Or was it?
it was Zach. It was
Oh no, Jake's the one who backflipped off into a gate
into a hole.
into a gate.
or jumped out a window.
Yeah. Jake, and then
Jake
also
did some
drew
things.
line, also ran and hid for the final battle.
He also fell into a spike pit.
Because he jumped out a window.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was like, he ended up in a spike
Sorry,
pit.
it's
I
just
thought
like
that's how
our
he
friends have
died.
done some things.
Questionable.
What was his first name? Or his character's name? Wilburn?
Wilburn.
Wilbane?
Wilbane.
Wilbane.
Wilbane and
My
something.
people lost name.
Was that Wilbane?
No, that was
That was his. That was Jamie's-
Draconin.
Draconin.
Wilbane is the one who had the twin.
We loved Wilbane.
I liked Wilbane. I wanted to
And then
continue his
he-
story.
Yeah, and then he did have the twin in his head.
Yep.
And then we found out that his twin was real. And it was like, I'm out there, Wilbane.
And then we never closed that
Yep.
story.
Yeah, no, he's still out there.
He got warped away too.
Yeah. 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 Good time.
Did they just pop up?
My favorite race is human.
I hope so.
I'm so boring, but I love human, and if I like really
It's
wanted
not
to play,
even called race anymore.
I think it would be. I think second is Asimar though. I think they're.
Oh, they're so cool.
Awesome, Marco. I gotta go human, dwarf. Kind of just like people.
Sorry, but I love like the high elves.
Yeah, high
Not
elves.
the high elves are my favorite.
I like gnomes. They're just so stupid.
I'm a
and funny.
liar.
They're not, but they're so smart and like.
No, yeah, no,
they're
we've made them like the
The Joe.
Oh yeah, that they're technologically advanced.
I like Furbolgs.
and then the
a lot.
pantheon that I'm creating for them.
Have we ever had a session where everyone was dead and it relied on like one person for the last roll to be successful?
Yeah.
Yeah, like probably more than we
We've,
like to admit.
I know very specifically Torque had one. It was a battle. I
Heal
can't
the
remember who we were
healer.
facing. Like he, there was some kind of darkness monster that was actively eating David, and he kept dying inside of this monster. And I had a hand on his ankle, just pumping low-level heals into him while I'm trying to fight this thing at the same time, and then also throw as a monk my fire bolts over at this brain that was on the wall.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah,
We've had-
everybody was down, and I was a monk, and
We don't play-
if I wasn't a healer monk, like we would have been done.
We don't play. Dustin doesn't go easy on. Like we don't play easy games.
Oh,
Our
we
games
do
are
not,
not
no.
easy.
We don't do a lot of combat, so when you have them,
Yeah, but like our combat's not easy. It like you can't just fight when like you can't just be like, oh, I have spells and I can fight and I have a weapon. Like you have to be smart.
I like this. I do like, and we don't do them all the time. They got to be like earned. But I have enjoyed the Saiyan modes.
Yeah, like when they're not real fights and you're just like, okay, what do you do? And you just like, because you're like, you guys are way too badass to have to like really fight these people.
Yeah, like we had this one session where like they went up against city guards and they were like level 15. I'm just like, what do you do? And they're like, well, should I roll? I'm like, nope.
Oh,
You don't need to roll. Like, there's no way they can fight
Dwarf
you.
Town,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Oh, that was Eric, Neona, and Tashnar.
Yeah.
Saiyan level.
Yeah,
That was
'cause-
fun.
Because you cast the ice storm, and I slid on my
You were
shield.
slight. Yeah, I remember that too. That was fun.
Yeah, I pulled the arrow through the guy's throat the wrong way.
plays mono blue in MTG. You can't.
He does.
Only one deck.
What's your
Yeah,
favorite?
it's
What's your
mine
favorite
time.
Magic the Gathering color combo? If you had to pick a 2-color combo.
I think I know what you are. Hero.
Red and green.
Ugh. Ew, Gruel.
Rule.
Ugh.
I just pulled 2 colors.
Oh,
I
well,
know
you picked the
very
wrong
little
one.
I am a Gruul player.
Yeah, that is an Eli. That is 100% Eli color combo.
Because I also really
I'm
like
like,
that Tamir deck.
no, Kevin, I think that you and me are, I think you are like Simic down to the T, and so am I, which is
that?
green and blue.
Okay.
It's like
I
the
could-
weird
I could feel that,
scientist,
yeah.
like magic
Honestly,
demure.
Mine's hard because I don't think it's demure. I know that's what I get on the tests, but so my first deck ever was Orzhov, and I build a lot of decks around Orzhov mechanics, but I think truthfully I have the most fun with Golgari.
Yeah.
Golgari's a
But
lot
like,
of fun.
if I'm picking a mono magic color, like blue is the best magic color. It's my favorite. It's just great.
Yeah, it's fun.
I like green.
I honestly, yeah, green is fun.
Green is
Blue
so
is
much
so
fun.
Green is fun. I think
But I like play mono black.
my best deck is mono black.
My,
That money's just like, let me rain down money on you.
my best deck is tied between Temur, which is green, blue, red, and Dimir.
Running a Naya deck, whatever.
You weirdo.
Weird.
Why?
You would run a Naya deck.
I don't even know what you play. Is
I
it
don't even know what
Commander?
color
Yeah,
they
it's just
run.
ADH.
Oh, I love it. Like that.
My favorite commander deck is what's red, blue, and black.
Red,
Oh, Grixis.
blue. And,
Yeah, my favorite commander deck is Grixis because I play.
yeah. Mine
What's his terrible name that everyone hates?
Nekusar.
Nekusar.
Mine is 100%. No, it's not. Bant is
Mine,
hard
no.
to beat.
I like
What's the one though? It's a black, green, red.
green, red. Oh. Black, green.
No,
Not Grixis.
can't think.
Not Golgari.
No, Golgari's a 2.
Yeah, I gotta.
What is Mayael?
Naya is green, white. red.
Mayael?
Yeah, green, white, red. Wait, Nile. Sultai. Wait.
No.
No.
Jund.
Jund.
Jund is crazy.
No. I
I want it to
hate,
be Esper. I want Esper to be the best.
You know what
Esper's
color
so hard.
combo I hate?
It's so expensive.
I hate the America, the red, white, blue. I don't remember what it's called. That's like my
Jeskai.
least.
Jeskai.
Jeskai's like my least favorite.
Jeskai has but Jeskai could be made to be unstoppable.
Oh yeah.
Krista, what does she do?
My phone
Mael
is
the
a green
Nemo.
something else deck.
Is it? Wait, what's the commander?
She just put it on.
I would like Esper to be good. It's not the best.
Mael, Mayael, the anima.
I have
Oh, is it the Nile?
I have a Simic deck.
what
I
she
mean,
is?
a Sultai deck. I have 2 Jund decks and 2 Bant decks.
How old were you when you first got into D&D, and how long did it take you to learn it?
I've never seen this before.
It didn't take me long to learn
You've
it.
rocked
I
your lives,
got
Mike.
in at 21, 22? 22.
I
like
got
that.
into it in the early, like maybe because I got it in college. I was born in '89, so not quite that far back.
I
got it.
started in 20. So if I graduated 2013,
It would have been 2007 or 2008.
I think
2011.
because it was
I
my
think I
freshman year in
started playing
college.
like 2014.
Yeah, 2011 for me.
So it was fall
was-
2007, spring 2008. But then I didn't play it again for
Okay,
a few
Krista.
years.
But like this is a really expensive commander to
What commander is she playing?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. I've never seen it before.
Okay.
That's awesome. What year did we start playing? I remember this.
Or
'cause
how
I
old
was-
were you? So I was in college
I
when I
see
started
this
playing.
being problematic.
Yeah.
Because it's an elf.
Yeah.
And how long did it take you to
Which
learn
means
it?
it's an elf deck.
The super basic rules you can
I can
you
teach
can
you
learn
in, like,
how to
probably,
play in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, because
But-
here's the thing. What do you need to know to play D&D? If you have somebody playing it, like I could literally give Kevin a character sheet he could have never played, and I could just say, "What do you
can
want
be
to?
coached,
What?
yeah.
Let me tell you a little thing. What do you do?" And then you say, "I do this," and I'm like, "Okay, well you can try to do that. Roll for it." Like you don't have to like study the rules to
Yeah,
play D&D.
I think the hardest thing, what takes the longest to learn, is getting out of the mindset of I can only play within these certain rules and I can only do these things and I have to follow a certain.
it's
you
the
can-
DM's job to deal with that.
Yeah,
you do whatever
exactly.
you want to do.
Yeah,
Not that I'd have to hit the puzzle button, but we're still going strong.
How do you get started? You
Find
you gotta
people.
find people to play, right? So you either go to a local game store or you play online, or you just find friends. None of you could have played and have somebody dedicate like their time to reading the player's handbook and reading the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Basically, all you need is somebody to read the Dungeon Master Guide, and you're good to go.
Yeah. If you're the type of person who needs to like do a lot of research into something like that because it seems intimidating, you can watch live streams like us or like the Adventure Zone is less rules heavy and more story heavy, and they're a lot of fun. Critical Role is like everybody sees them as like the epitome of that kind of thing, but they're like they tell really good stories.
So like, and you need to find a group of people that you want to have fun with and that wants to play the same type of game as you. I think that's
Still
the most
looking.
important. Like that's the most important, right? Like if you like join a group that's all they want to do is like dungeon crawl and battle, like great, but like if you care about like a story, like that's probably not the group for you.
And we've had that. We've had players be like, "That's all they want to do," and it's like, "That's cool," but like that's not what our game was. And what's cool is like we have players like
Podcasts.
Ryan, for example. Like he actually has a group where they do a lot of battles, and he's like, "I like story more." So like now he's playing with us. He's like, "Yes," and then like Martin is literally an American English lit professor. So it's the dice gods can be mean always.
Well,
If you can't find people, we'll say it again, we'll say it a million times, your friendly local gaming store, I can guarantee you if they sell like Magic cards and board games, they're going to have a D&D night.
Or
Yeah.
Pathfinder, but that's
Yeah,
the same
yeah,
thing.
same thing. So just look around. Like it's scary going to these groups by yourself and being like, hey, get me involved, but
Well,
it's worth it.
we like battles and stories
too.
too.
Yeah.
And so that's why we have a big mix of both. But we do like so there are games that people like we've had 3 games in a row with no combat. Like that for some people that would not be their thing.
No, and sometimes like we'll have combat planned, and the group decides to not fight.
To dick around for the entire.
So or just like
Oh,
not fight.
as in, yeah, get away from the.
You like you could have like a whole thing where it's like, okay, you're gonna storm the keep, and the group's just like,
Nah.
I'm good. Or like this game, like the group was warned not to cross the bridge. Yes, I built a dwarven forge thing, but like they also could have been like, no, we're gonna adhere to not cross
But we
the
did
bridge.
not get any information
But I
we
knew
needed.
that they would. Well, you also didn't go and investigate the stone when it lit up in the middle of the night.
Well, that's Kevin's fault.
Well, they didn't
meant to
investigate
say
it in the
Trevor.
day.
I was about to say because I was unconscious and cannot be woken up.
I'm just saying. Don't blame it on
Nobody wanted. Everyone got pissy when we woke them up.
I didn't.
But you
I was just
doing nothing.
I think they may have just been role playing because if somebody wakes me up at 2:00 in the morning, we're like, hey, is it there? I'm like, fuck off.
Or you wake me up at 2 a.m. and go, you might want to go back to sleep.
All right, you might want to go back to sleep, but
But like my character would say that.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Role playing.
And like, that one time we snuck away at night and like I feel like everyone keeps getting mad about like what we're doing while everyone's sleeping. So when we
I don't
tried to go
think so.
steal that thing.
I'm always mad.
It's always no. I love the stupid little things that we do that have nothing to do with anything, and then
Spend
ends up.
10 games.
My
getting
favorite
rid of-
thing was when Jamie tried to fight the bear that was chained up. and almost died.
Not just Jamie.
That was me.
Allie too.
I wasn't
And
getting
not just
attacked.
Allie and
That
Jamie.
was amazing.
Trevor
The
too.
thing had like no hit points, was chained to a tree, and they died.
I didn't almost die. I was fine.
Trevor did.
Because
Jamie
I just
was dying.
Yeah, but I didn't get that close to it. Because they
Trevor
couldn't get me.
like rolled 3 nat 1s and just kept hitting the ground.
Well, you guys, we are going to have to log out because my mom is here with my son, and she's got to pick up my sister.
Yeah.
It's got some age gaps here.
Yeah, 2-year-old, 34-year-old.
Like, my almost 2-year-old son has, like, a 13-year-old aunt, so...
Oh, yeah.
Like, we have a big age gap in my family.
All right, well, awesome. Well, thanks, everybody. Before we sign off, though, please, if you haven't already, take a look at The Curse of the Dreg'Damor. It's currently on Kickstarter, and we are trying to hit that 4,500 mark. And if you look into it, you'll be able to play in the same world that we play in, which is the world of Nabell on the continent of Tyve.
And we'll see you... we'll be back next Tuesday to play a different type of game.
Yeah, we're going to be playing... we're going to be playing Everyday Heroes next game, which is like, it's like 3-5, but if it was set in the everyday world, and then also like action movies and stuff. So
Yeah. So that's going to be fun. So we'll be back in Tyve 2 weeks from that.
And then, yeah, which I'm very excited about.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for chatting with us, and
Have a nice night.
have a good night.
The smoke, grey clouds of fire and ash that burn the skies of Tyve, mountains of iron, seas of bone, in hardships we must strive. Though I still know the songs from yore of virtue, hope, and light, but I have ne'er seen their like, for darkness is our plight. Oh, thrum, thrum, hear the hum of heartbeat, chain, and ire. Steel your courage to the mast, or throw it on the pyre. The cold, sharp winds bring pain and death. These harsh lands we survive. Our warmth, it comes from hearth and home, but never from the skies. Oh, Tyve, 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 you'll never leave alive. This place is all our prison, but one where you can thrive. And you can wail against those gods and pillage, scream, and fight. But fear the darkness in this land, for it is born of light. Oh, Tyve, 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 we're proud to be alive. And you can say we've lost our minds, or laugh and call us mad. But this place has become our home, so you'll never see us sad. The smoke, grey clouds of fire and ash that burn the skies of Tyve, mountains of iron, seas of bone, in hardships we must strive. Though I still know the songs from yore of virtue, hope, and light, but I have ne'er seen their sight, for darkness is our plight. Oh, thrum, thrum, hear the hum of heartbeat, chain, and ire. We'll pour a drink for Tyve, our love, until we all expire. We'll pour a drink for Tyve, our love, until we all expire.